Yo, what's going on guys, it is Foxy98 here and welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we are here to cover the Sauber launch that has just been revealed, and unfortunately it wasn't even revealed on Twitter. I've actually gone to Sauber's website to find this one, and as you can see on your screens right now from the first photo, which we're looking from sort of a rear perspective of the car, it's actually a lot of images that Sauber have put on here, but first of all then, let's have a look at the Sauber car in general then. So first of all, what we can see is it's the exact same livery as the concept one that they brought to us. So we've gone with a white and red livery for the Sauber, and that is what we're going to be starting things off with. So yeah, pretty much same livery as before, but it's the concept livery that we saw probably, I think it was at the end of last year, I think we saw it. Yeah, quite weird that they decided to just keep it. Obviously, maybe they liked it. I don't really know. Yeah, it's quite interesting to have a look at. But first of all then, in terms of the overall car look, there isn't really that much to talk about, if I'm perfectly honest with you. It's rather plain, should we say, is the best way of putting it, right, in terms of like aero sides and stuff like that. But having a look from sort of like a different rear view perspective here, the side pods are much larger than that on the Red Bull. It's definitely a lot bigger in terms of size compared to the Red Bull car that we saw from yesterday. And overall, it just looks like it just has absolutely no aero on the car at all. There just isn't really anything there. It's really plain, and as we look at a side view now of the Alfa Romeo Sauber F1 team, you can clearly see just how bold, how plain it is, and I don't know if that's due to like resources and stuff like that, but it just looked like there's been, what it looks like to me is it looks like a concept F1 car that like all teams have to like follow. It genuinely is what it looks like. But having a look at them, continuing on this side angle view, you can see that they've gone with a, obviously with the halo, they've gone with the white paint. Maybe I thought they may have gone like red. I didn't really know how much red they were going to put on the car, but they've clearly gone with the white paint for that one. So that's pretty much bog standard in there. Having a look at a rear view shot of the Sauber, a full rear view shot, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm a bit annoyed that they didn't put more red on this car, because looking at the Sauber from this rear point of view here, that's actually extremely nice. That's a really gorgeous, just looking car. I really wish that they just put some more red on it. Maybe like covered the side pods as well in red or something else. But I don't know. I love the look of that car from the rear. Just seeing that red car from the back. It's really nice. And I wish they actually just brought it out in full. It would have been really nice then. Having a look then a different angle of the Sauber. You can see here now, this is the picture, the fourth one I think we have in general. No, this is the fifth one now we're looking at. Again, it's just, I'm trying to basically explain this Sauber, but it's just so plain. There is no real innovative development on this car. It's lacking a lot of aero, and something they just don't seem to have covered in this car. But one thing that I did notice, which was quite interesting, and it actually comes from the front wing. We're now going to look at a front view of the car. Now, first of all, just pretend that the halo isn't there, because it's bloody disgusting in this picture. But the two little holes in that front wing are quite interesting. Now, that's going to allow very good airflow through the front of the car. Where it's actually going to go, where the air is actually going to come back out of, I'm not really sure. But interesting to see there's two little hole pots there. Because looking at it from that side angle that you saw of the Alfa car, it's quite a strange one. It's very similar to the Williams front wing style that they always go with. Yeah, that's something that to look out for in terms of that one. And then having a look again at sort of a front view perspective, but a little bit more bird's eye this time. You can see how different you can see where the side pods are, and then where the barge boards are. You can see how the bodywork sort of sticks out, and then the barge boards come on in, and then the side pod is there. So you can see that little gap there that they've put in terms of aerodynamics. The rear wing looks really tall, in my opinion, actually. Looking at that angle, the rear wing looks rather large. It isn't, but it just does from that perspective, if I was trying to look at it in general. Now, this is an interesting shot. This is a shot, actually, from the cockpit itself, looking inside, and very interesting that Sauber have actually brought this one together. But if you didn't know what an F1 steering wheel looked like in proper, there it is, and that's exactly as well what the drivers will that's literally a driver's eye perspective, and you can see how the halo is pretty much there in the way, completely obstructing the driver's POV. Another close-up shot then of the cockpit area. You can see how they've got, actually quite interesting, they've got two sets of air intakes at the top. Something I didn't actually realize. You can see they've got the initial air intakes just underneath the T-cam, and then they've got another two sets going up, which are going to funnel in through the back of the through the engine cover, pretty much. And this is sort of a design that everyone started to do with the shark fins. They sort of put like a little air intake cover at the top of the shark fin to allow air to go in towards the engine. And interesting that they put that on there. It's a nice little note. But looking at the halo on this Sauber car in this next shot, it's actually got like two layers to it. I didn't even notice this. I didn't know any halos had this, but you can see how it's got its initial, like, you know, flip-flop style, and then it's sort of gone like a little step up, like a little mini balcony section. I don't really know why they've gone with that. It's a little bit confusing in this second shot here. Also, just on the left of the cockpit, there's also another little air intake section, which is quite interesting. So they seem to be doing a lot of work in terms of funneling air through the car. And of course, aerodynamic era of F1, they're going to need a lot of that. And then a final shot here, again, of the Sauber car, pretty much cockpit view with that ginormous halo in the way. And yeah, that is pretty much that. So there it is, guys. There wasn't really a lot to talk about in the Sauber because it just didn't really have much. But that is the Sauber car for you guys. They've officially revealed the new Alfa Romeo Sauber F1 car. And that is it. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here as well. Remember, guys, I'm just showing these cars off. I'm not going fully into detail on everything because, quite frankly, I'm not a technical expert on Formula 1 in terms of like all the details that are put onto the cars. But I will see you guys at around about 3 PM to UK time today, where the Renault car is being launched, so we'll be interested to see what they come up with. Until then, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care all. Peace.